Okay, so now we are going to take the research that you did and we are going to write the outline for our paper. So as of right now, all of your notes are organized based on the source that they came from. So here are all your notes from source 1, here are all your notes from source 2, etc., etc. But we aren't going to write our paper with information by source because sometimes the information kind of jumps topics between the sources, and that's just not how we write a research paper. We have to synthesize all of the information, which means we have to take the information from the different sources and we have to put it together in a way that makes sense. So this part takes you a little bit of time, and it's very important that you take the time to do it. In your outline, if you find yourself going, this is source 1, this is source 2, this is source 3, that is wrong. You are not doing it right. What you need to do is think through, look over your information, and think about what kind of subtopics do you have? What are some common themes that you see between the different sources? And so for my topic, the wives of Henry VIII, if I look through, we kind of have 3 subtopics of wives. We have wives who were executed, we have wives who died of natural deaths, and we have wives who were divorced or annulled. So I am going to use those as my 3 subtopics. So subtopic 1 is wives who died from execution. Subtopic number 2 is wives who died natural deaths. And subtopic 3 is marriages that ended because of divorce or annulment. So now I have my 3 kind of topics that all of my information falls in. And now I'm going to go back and figure out which facts go with which topic. In the next step, we are going to create what's called an in-text citation. And basically, it's a little key that allows us to know once we've mixed up all these facts and they're in our paper so that we know which source these facts came from. So at the end of every bullet point, you simply make a parentheses and you write either the author's last name. So in this one, I had 2 authors, so Elton and Morrill. So you put the author's last name, or if there is no author, like this one, you can simply put the title of the article. And so here, I'm going to make a parentheses, and I'm going to say Henry VIII wives. And so you want to repeat that, and you can just, once you write it once, what I would do is just copy and then paste it at the end of every bullet point. And it'll just make your life a little bit easier for the next step. So at the end of every bullet point for that source, I have that in-text citation, the parentheses with the author's last name. Or if there's no author, then I've copied the title. If there's like a long hyphenated title, you can just put, long title with like a colon, you can just put the part before the colon. And so you're going to put that at the end of every single note that you have for that source. Okay, so now that you've labeled all of your facts, they all have this little parentheses at the end that tells you where the information is going to come from, and now we're going to start mixing it up. So we're going to go by our subtopic, and I'm going to look at any of the facts that would support that subtopic. So I'm looking for all of the facts about the 2 wives that were executed. So I'm going to go through, and I have here Catherine of Aragon. This was a fact about, Catherine of Aragon was not, my bad. This one, Anne Boleyn, she was a wife who was executed. So I'm going to take that fact and I'm going to put it there. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep looking through. This is about Anne Boleyn. She's the 2nd wife. And I might take both of these facts. These are both about Anne Boleyn, about her execution. And you could actually take out this part that just says like fact to support. You don't have to have that part in if you don't want. You could just put in your facts like this, and you're going to keep going through all of your sources, and you're going to find all of the information that goes with the idea of the execution. And then you repeat the exact same process, and you're going to find all the information about the wives that died of natural death. So I'm going to go back through my sources. Neither of those were about Jane Seymour. So both of these were about this wife that died of a natural death. And so we're going to put this here. So we have those facts. And we're going to keep going through. Oops, I didn't get and I'm going to make sure that my parenthetical citation is coming along with every single fact. So you can see every fact here, and they're going to start to get mixed up. Every single fact here has a parenthetical citation at the end of it. Okay, so we're going to do one last step. So I've gone through all of my notes. I've pulled out all the information, and I've organized it by subtopic. So you can see here it's mixed in. We have some information from Elton and Morrill. We have Henry VIII's wives. We have Henry VIII. So the information is all mixed up because it's not organized by source anymore. It's organized by topic. And we're going to do one last step that may seem a little kind of extra right now, but it will actually help you when you're writing your paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the fact, and we're going to turn it, we're going to turn it green. So the actual text color, just turn it green. And then the in-text citation, turn the text orange. And that's just going to help you kind of keep track. It'll just be one last chance for you to make sure that you have every fact with an in-text citation. And when you write your first draft of your paper, you're actually going to leave this color-coded. It will help you to organize your information. So it'll just take you a couple of minutes. So all you do is select the text and then change it to colors so that you have your subtopics are in blue, your facts are in green, and your in-text citation in orange. So just one last reminder, if you haven't already written these in your own words, at this point they really need to be in your own words. Unless you have a phrase that's like being directly quoted, like these in quotation marks. It should all be in your own words so that you're ready to write your paper. Okay, so now you can see I have all of my information. It's organized by subtopic. I've done my color coding so that I know that every single fact has an in-text citation. There were a couple of facts that I didn't really fit into any of the subtopics. They were kind of general facts. And so I put those just kind of separately for me to use maybe in my introduction or conclusion. So once your outline looks just like this, you can go ahead, grab the link to your outline, and turn it in OdysseyWare.